A couple days before mayoral filing, my Facebook account was deactivated. I know that some of y'all look at my stuff on there. I thought it was kind of strange timing. So I started kind of looking at some other social media options, and like a few hours after I got on Threads, I saw this. This is a little deal where you can get a free month to watch the Thunder on streaming. And I immediately thought to myself, Oklahoma City taxpayers have financed multiple arenas, paid for upgrades, guaranteed revenue streams, created a sweetheart environment where the owners have no financial risk. What does the public get in return? A free month of streaming. So I started looking into why we have to pay to watch the Thunder instead of, like over air Channel 9 or something like that. And it's pretty grim what I found. James, I think a lot of the stuff that you were talking about kind of links to these kind of things. Oklahoma has a long history of exploitation by banks. You go all the way back to the Dust Bowl when predatory loans were given out to farmers, and then they over-farmed the lands, and then they came in and took the properties from them. And it happened again in the 80s. A woman by the name of Meg Sipperly came down from New York. She sat up here from Chase Manhattan Bank and helped engineer the Penn Square Bank crisis. So as I started looking into why people can't watch the Thunder over regular TV, years ago, and I came up here in 2009 to talk about the importance of giving to a local group. It was instead given to Fox. Clay Bennett and friends got a sweetheart deal to give it to Fox to do the regional broadcasting. 2019, when Fox was sold to Disney, they had to get rid of it because they own ESPN. So a subsidiary that was created out of thin air underneath Sinclair, I think some of y'all know who Sinclair is, not really my favorite people. So they created this kind of shell company, got an $8 billion loan to purchase the regional sports broadcasts. And as a typical private equity play where they get this money and basically they extract the control, and then they let the bankruptcy sort it out later. Well, the way it was sorted out later was that they went bankrupt. Bally Sports went bankrupt underneath, and then they were parceled out to 12 different creditors, rebranded as
30 seconds.
FanDuel under Main Street Sports, which is the same thing as Diamond Sports Holdings. And so I work at a senior living facility, and one of the nurses out of her pocket pays $100 to get Fubo television premium, and they weren't allowed to watch it this weekend because Amazon had those rights. Amazon gave $115 million to Diamond Sports Holding after the bankruptcy. So this is like mind-blowing stuff, and everything's connected. Everything is connected here, and we have to start looking at this because, creating a circular economy in our city is incredibly important. I live in James Ward. Percentage-wise, that ward is one of the most taken over by private equity firms. Rourke Capital owns a majority of the restaurants on that street. But this broadcast issue, and I'll be putting some stuff on YouTube and whatnot, talking about this more. And City Manager Freeman, you know that I've talked about the same kind of thing with senior living facilities. And it's getting really bad out there, but I think there's a lot we can do. And I hope that y'all will consider this. Merry Christmas.